And I thought, like, why pick me? I'm nobody. I'm not interesting. But hey, yes, I am interesting when I, had to actually answer those questions. So that was a surprise. I just saw myself as ordinary. I still am ordinary, but it was an interesting ordinary.
Well, to be honest, I guess I kind of thought, actually, I'm fairly strong. I'd never really thought about that before, in terms of character and, you know, my favourite song, particularly when I started in real estate, because there's so many knockbacks, used to be, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Do you remember that?
It's sort of like, it's been about, I suppose, me realising actually there is I am, a bit deep, a bit of depth, and I suppose the way that other people perceive me as well. I've never really considered myself an interesting person by any stretch of the imagination. So it's nice.
Whenever you do have somebody listen to you and then write that down, I'm often surprised thinking, I wouldn't have made much of that, but someone else has, and pick that out. So I suppose you get a different view of yourself through other people's eyes.
It did make me a little bit more circumspect around, lots of things that happened and why they happened, and I often think it gives you a bit more context and perspective on, your life, and maybe makes you think about how you relate to people.
That introspection was fantastic, and just being able to think about in that sort of different situation, because I've done media interviews and that sort of thing before, but never about my person. and that personal stuff was what was really challenging for me, because I had no idea of what that might be.
I think the thing that I've learned about myself is that we have a public persona and we have a private self. I have very strong convictions within my private self. In my public persona, I have learned to trust myself to say what I think, because meeting all these people through this experience has broadened my base of respect. And I think you can really say what you think if you balance it out with respect for the person you're speaking to. So it's been a growing point for me, really.
Yeah, I've learned that I can be more open and be comfortable and more confident about being open, and that sometimes that might provide something for other people.
Well, to give me the opportunity to know my other part when I read in the paper, even though I know where I come from, the difficulties I've been through, and if nobody wrote it down, sometimes I forgot about them. But seeing you put them together, and you put them in the paper, interested me. Well, I read it all the time. I thought, oh, wow. I've been like this when I was young. I've been go through deep stuff like this when I was young. So I've been really interested to know my life in the paper.
I got some publicity, I suppose, and some confidence out of it. Getting stories written about me, it's good, and experience for in the future. If I when media has to get onto me when I'm famous, I suppose I've had a bit of experience with doing stuff like this. So yeah.
The fact to share your story with someone, it is a great opportunity to make yourself known, and also to foster your social integration. So the publication of my story was a great opportunity for me to be known by the public. It's very good.
I feel very privileged to be included in the most interesting people I know, to be an interesting person. And let me just say, childhood dream. Someone said, what do you want to be? I said, I just want to be interesting. Just please, dear God, don't let me be boring. See, it's official. 44 and I've made it. Thank God you interviewed me. Is all I can say. See, Mum, I'm interesting.